What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. I'm bringing you a NedFoss offering. Whoa. So now this one is like a harpoon design. For me personally, I never ever like the aesthetics of this, but we always test the knife to make sure it works, not to make sure it just looks good. I do have to say though, the scales, it's got that like bandana look to it. And I think that's actually kind of cool, man. And it is D2 steel, and everybody knows I did a video saying if I could only have one steel for the rest of my life, or the rest of my knife, I would probably choose D2 because it's a really great steel. It's good to sharpen in the field. It stays sharp long. It holds a great heat treat. I love it. And they use D2 on this guy right here. So let's go over this thing. This is called the Beast from NedFoss. We are talking about 8 inches overall with a 3.42 inch blade. It is 3.2 millimeters thick. It is 0.47 inches wide. It has a closed length of 4.6 generous inches. It has a 1.3 inch from here to here. I believe it's a 62 Rockwell, which is really nice. You do have G10 in the scales. It is a flipper. You do have thumb studs as well. And let's see, I got to use this thumb. And that's going to work just fine on the thumb. And it's going to spidey flick with the middle finger quite easily. So it does have a lot of really good ways to open and close. And I have to say, the scales are really doing it for me on this one. I think this is actually really sweet. They did a good job. I'm just not a big harpoon guy, but if it was just a nice, easy right there, I think that's beautiful. So let's first, I'll use this arm because I've been shaving the hell out of this one. Let's see, overall sharpness, it's NedFoss. They always send them razor freaking sharp. So that's not anything I'm worried about. I know edge geometry on these knives is really good. They do a fantastic bang up job. Let's take it outside and cut. All right, first things first. Let's get this thing out in the sunshine so you can really see that grip that's textured so very well. The grip, I have to say, is without a doubt my favorite part of this knife. It is really nice in the hand. It feels great. It's super tacky. I mean, you can hear that. It is really, really not tacky cheap, but tacky as in like extra grippy. I freaking love that. So let's get into some cutting here. I didn't have everything set up, so I'm going to have to put everything on the table. And let's start cutting. All right, so first things first, I want to take some of this packaging, this plastic packaging strap here. Wow. It started cutting before I started cutting. I wanted to get it nice and flat and then give it a quick rip. It dug in as soon as, look at this. That's a freehold right there. Watch this. It just tore it up. So basically this moves, right? So you shouldn't be able to really get a good cut on something that's moving. You generally need to hold it still. This thing is so sharp. That was amazing. That was effortless. All right, so that was a very nice surprise. Let's do a rip real quick. We'll finish off the rip on this side. And now we have 2 pieces. I'm going to give them a good twist and make a hard plastic, kind of like a braid. And we'll see if we can't get a push cut. That's the one thing that at least the harpoon style offers when the harpoon is this far back, not when it's way up here, is it does give you a place to put your finger or your thumb when you're doing certain cuts. That was amazingly easy. Let's try again with all those. And That is super simple cutting right there. NedFoss has come a long way. A lot of people who remember the early NedFoss days, they think, oh no, it's just some gimmick knife or it's just going to be some cheap thing. NedFoss, garden hose, NedFoss has really, really come along. Nylon, rubber. Let's do another rip here. Their edge geometry, fantastic. They started using better steels, better materials. Their build quality is excellent. But somehow the prices are still low. Now they don't have, or maybe they do, but you're not going to find those $10, garbage knives anymore. But still, when you're looking at knives between 20 and 50 bucks, they have a ton of options that are phenomenal. I mean, really, really, wow, that was so nice. Really good. Really, really good options. Definitely down below, I'm going to put the link to this knife, and you'll be able to, it's an Amazon link, but you'll be able to, it says view seller's store. Wow. It says view seller's store. Look at some of the designs they have. They have some really, really nice knives. And that's not me being nice. I'm telling you to go look for yourself because I believe it. Why would I tell you to look? I would just tell you and not tell you to look if I didn't believe it. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Would you be able to get a fire lit with this thing? Absolutely. Feathering is going to be no problem. No problem. Let's do some pulls on the pine. Wow. That right there is good edge geometry. You can say what you want to say. You can make claims that are unsubstantiated just because you heard somebody on a forum say one thing one time and then you just weren't smart enough to go ahead and do your own research. This stuff right here is excellent. It's doing the same job as any knife, 5 times the price is going to do. Plastic. Let's see. Oh, that just went in so easy. It didn't even need to bite. It just glid straight through. Look at that. Spinning, getting that nice coil on a hard plastic tube. Ba-boom. NedFoss, man. NedFoss! They don't disappoint, I'll tell you that. So now let's try the basketball, see what kind of spiders we got in there today. This is good, a really good basketball. Leather, rubber, mesh, all comes together. Wow. So I was going to get my blade point started, and just touching it, it went through. And that's with a piece that's going like this. That is incredible. That is really, really nice and sharp. That's nice and sharp. And again, I can tell you all day long that it's sharp. I could tell you all day long that it cuts. I'm showing you. This isn't a tabletop where I'm going, oh yeah, this knife is great because of this and not doing anything with it. I'm out here in the desert cutting all kinds of different things. And after I cut a bunch of things, I'm cutting some more things. And this knife is absolutely destroying whatever I put in front of it. I mean, this is proof in the pudding. This isn't my opinion. This isn't me trying to be nice to NedFoss. This is me cutting something and showing you that I'm cutting it. Hold on. All right, so I'm probably going to mess myself up with this one, but it's all for science. So these mesquites have these nasty, nasty thorns on them. And just holding them, you can really mess yourself up. And the thing is, they're really, I'm so scared because if I go and flick it too hard, there's going to be a thorn going right through me. But they're really hard. These are hard to cut, especially when you're tentative. But they go, look at this. That guy was right in my finger because there's thorns everywhere through these things. And these thorns are nasty. They don't break. These are serious. But you can see I was able to hold it down and not bludgeon myself. And this is a pretty stiff material. If you've never been out to the desert and you've never dealt with mesquites, this stuff sucks. This blade cuts. I'll tell you what, it cuts. Let's come over here and give a few flicks on some of these weeds that are growing here. Because we get a whole bunch of those. We get a whole bunch of stuff we don't want, that's for sure. Let me make sure I'm in the shot. All right, let's see. Bam, you can hear the tick because it's still a rough material. Tick. Damn dog of mine. Let's see. I want to tick down some more, but I got to make sure you guys, I can't see anything. I don't even know if I'm in the shot. Man, let's find out. Well, you'll know. Tick. Just cutting straight through, man. Just cutting straight through. No problem. Easy to control when you have a nice grip. So the NedFoss Beast, if you like harpoons, and a lot of people love freaking harpoons, this is a good option at a great price. This is a sweet little knife. It works 150% of the way. This thing absolutely works. D2 steel, NedFoss Beast. Follow the link below. Check it out. Get yourself one. Enjoy your knife life. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.